Welcome to Burping It Out podcast with Anna Regina. I'm Anna Regina, and this is Burping It Out, where we don't say what we think, we burp it out. Today we're going to talk about people on social media, because especially for the past 2 years, I've noticed that a lot of people are super different in social media from how they are in real life, and I wanted to talk about that, because I think it's interesting. Anyway, so there's this classmate I have. Let's call her Sarah. I don't really know what she's posting anymore, really. I think she deleted her account. I don't know what happened. But from what I remember, like, she used to post stories a lot. And she used to be, like, super serious, like, saying, like, super deep shit. And, like, how she, like, sometimes, like, suffered. Or, like, how life sometimes treats you like shit. Or, like, how you have to, like, get up, like, after, like, falling, whatever. Like, very deep shit. And also, like, other times, also, like, you know, when, like, something, like, happens and it's on the news and stuff, you take a screenshot, blah, 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 and then you post it on social media, you know, like, this woman got raped at whatever years old and then got killed and blah, 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 blah. And then, like, posting stuff, like pro-feminism and stuff like that. Like, that's really, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I'm actually not dissing this. I'm not roasting this, because that's totally, that's great. That's amazing. But the thing is, like, in real life, she was completely different. Like, completely fucking different. Not even kidding. Every time somebody, especially guys, would tell, like, sexist jokes, she was one of the girls that would laugh their asses off. She would laugh her ass off, and I was like, dude, what about the story you just posted yesterday? Dude, what the fuck? Like, Sarah, bro, are you the same Sarah? like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. And stuff like that, you know, like, sometimes somebody would say something, like, minimally serious or stuff, or, like, even sometimes in, like, certain subjects, we would, like, discuss, like, kind of serious topics, and she wouldn't even participate. She wouldn't even, like, okay, like, I'm not saying not participating means that you don't care, because a lot of the times, like, there were, like, debates that happened in class, or, like, things that, no, not debates in class, we never really did debates in class, but things that people were discussing that I definitely had an opinion. Oops, I'm sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. People were discussing things that I totally had an opinion on, but I didn't want to talk about them because either my opinion was very unpopular and I didn't want everybody to hate me, or because my opinion was just, like, too different, or, like, I just didn't want to get into that. But she just looked like she didn't give a fuck at all. Like, she was just doing something else, like, looking like whatever the fuck, you know? I'm not saying, like, she maybe didn't care, I'm not saying that she didn't care, actually. Like, maybe she wanted to pretend that she didn't care. But, like, the thing is, like, why are you acting so different? A burp. Hold on. Why is it not coming out? Last time I burped, there was gastric juice in it, and ew, it was awful. Anyway, so she was, like, totally different, because she was constantly posting stuff like how she was so depressed and how sad and blah blah blah, and then in real life she was always laughing her ass off, always telling fucking jokes. She's a huge extrovert, like, she's always fucking interacting with people, and I didn't understand. I was like, okay, you're either happy and you're pretending that you're sad on social media, or you are definitely sad and you're pretending you're happy in real life. I mean, it's okay not to be okay? It's okay to be sad and blah, blah, blah. Like, why would you want to pretend that you're happy when you're not? Or, like, why would you pretend that you're not happy when you are? Like, that's just, you know, hypocritical, maybe? I don't know. Whatever. And I actually mentioned this on my blog. You know, how a lot of people are, like, either really, mostly what happens is the opposite, because I feel like social media is a place where like people only share the good stuff about their lives, and they're posting and like, oh my god, I went to this place, and they post and their clothes are amazing, blah blah, and then you see them in real life wearing their sweats, like, dude, where are your fancy clothes, where's your smile? And like people are like sadder in real life, or like whatever the fuck, like, you know, like people don't really post like sad things on social media a lot of the times. They just like show the good stuff, you know? And I talked about this a lot. And I mean, she was one of the few cases that was actually the opposite. Like, she's supposedly miserable on social media, and then in real life she's happy as she's happy as fuck. Like, she even seems like happier than me. And I think I'm happier than her, but like, she seems happier than me in real life. And then in social media she seems fucking depressed, and I'm like, okay, so I'm happier than her in social media? Like, I mean, okay, that makes no sense. But like, you know what I mean. Anyway, so what was I saying? Let's look at my outline because maybe I'm just going places I shouldn't go with this topic. Oh yeah. Okay. So at first I thought it was just girls that did that. But actually I've noticed, especially I think this year, I noticed that guys kind of do that too. It's like not exactly the same, at least from what I've seen and experienced. But like, there's this other classmate of mine. Let's call him Jerry. Okay, let's call him Jerry. He doesn't respect shit. He doesn't respect shit. He doesn't respect anything or anyone. He's fucking obnoxious. He's rude as fuck. He's a piece of shit all the way around. That's what he is. I'm sorry. So I remember one day Jerry posted a story that I don't know exactly what it said, and I don't want to say exactly what it is because I might say it wrong, but like, it was basically about like how important it was to show respect to others, and how important it is to show respect and respect other people, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you are, no joke, the most disrespectful person I've ever met in my life. And you're talking about respect on Instagram? You're talking to me about respect? You son of a bitch who never respects anything or anyone. You are the first person to disrespect teachers who are like an authority that you should respect, okay? Whether you actually agree with them on whatever the fuck or not. Okay, like, who are you? Like, are you the same person on social media? Like, do you have a twin brother or something? Like, what the fuck? And then there's these people who, like, you know, they go to competitions because they're athletes and stuff. And I remember this guy who was like, who said in one of his posts or like stories, whatever the fuck, he was like, oh, thank you so much to everybody who was there, everybody who supported me, everybody who was there with me since like day one. Like, I owe you everything, blah, blah, blah. And then you meet them in real life and they're pieces of shit. Like, like, yo, why are you like that? Why can't you be that big of a gentleman in real life? Like, is it so hard? Is it so hard to be nice to people? Like, what? Like, honestly. Anyway, now we're gonna roast myself, okay? Because I feel like I've already roasted a lot of people, okay? I think I've roasted, 3 people already? I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm not saying I'm like super deep on social media, okay? I've had a blog since I was 11, link in the description in case you want to visit it. I've been posting there since I was 11, and I don't think I've ever been really like deep or anything, especially because most of the time I've been happy. Like, there was this, like, only out of those 6 years that I've been blogging, only one of them I was sad. The rest of the time I was just happy. So I didn't really post like deep stuff because like it wasn't like the things that were deep were that I thought about every once in a while. They weren't really things that I wanted to talk about on my blog. And like, I also didn't really talk about like mental health because my mental health was pretty okay, and I didn't know what it felt like to have anxiety or to have whatever, and I discovered it later. And so I never really talked about, like deep things or like sad things or whatever. And I actually got a lot of comments from people like, how do you always stay positive? Well, it's not that I try to stay positive. I'm just a happy person, and I don't, there's not a lot of things in my life that happen that I'm like, yo, like that's awful. Like, I don't want to, like my life was too good. You know what I mean? Like, I had pretty much like nothing to complain about. Like, my life was just great all the way around. And but actually, when I started getting sad, I didn't talk about it a lot of the times because like I feel like both extremes are bad. Like, you can't be super positive all the time, even when you're not like happy. Like, sometimes you gotta show a little bit how, like, okay, maybe I'm not going through my best moment, but like keep like, what I mean is that sometimes you should keep it real. Okay, people can't be happy all the time, and that's fine. Okay, I mean, I get it. Like, we all have to be happy, and we all, like, that should be our ultimate goal. But you know what I mean? Like sometimes you gotta keep it real. Okay, like, sometimes when you pretend that you're happy when you're not, you can kind of like tell. But, well, on blogs you can't really tell. Like, maybe, but you know what I mean. Like, sometimes it's good to keep it real. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be like super negative when you're sad. When you're making your content, you should be negative all the time or like post constantly about that. But you know what I mean? Like, keep it real every once in a while. And if you're happy, just, yeah, post about happy stuff. Why would you talk about sad stuff when you are happy? Like, what's the point of that, I guess? I don't know. And so, what was I going to say? I think both extremes are bad. Like, don't be too happy even when you're not happy, but don't like be miserable all the time. It's like, okay, when I'm sad, I'm sad. I'll let you know, but I'm gonna try not to let that take over my social media or whatever the fuck. And when I'm happy, like, I'm gonna be happy and I'm gonna be positive. On my blog, on my podcast, my YouTube channel, whatever the fuck it is that you do on the internet. Um, so yeah. I think that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna move the mic a little bit. I think that the moral of the story of this all is, if you're sad, it's fine. You don't have to pretend that you're happy. If you're happy, like, it's great. It's amazing. Keep it that way. But I think that you shouldn't, like, you just shouldn't like show two extremes of you. Like, you shouldn't be too sad on social media and too happy in real life, or too sad in real life and too happy on social media. That's just, it makes no sense. Okay, I like, people are just gonna think that you're like, people are not gonna understand you. It's like me. It's like, are you actually happy? Are you actually sad? People are gonna be so confused about you, and it's so like, what is the point of being completely sad on social media and completely happy in real life, or the other way around? Like, what's the point? Okay, try to keep a balance. Okay, it's okay to share stuff that is not so happy, but like, I saw a post on Instagram the other day that said, don't tell everyone your problems, or don't tell everyone all of your problems, because 20% of the people don't care. No, 50% of the people, I don't know what the percentages are, but it was like I don't know, let's say 50% of the people don't care, and the other 50% of the people, they're glad you have those problems. So I think it's good to keep it real every once in a while, but don't keep it too real, or don't be like too negative, because a lot of people are going to be happy that you have those problems. And you know so, and if you're happy, that's it. You don't have to pretend to be sad, or you don't have to pretend that you're sad. Like, you know, just keep a balance. Try to keep a balance. And if you're sad in real life, you have to pretend that you're happy on social media. It makes no sense. It's okay not to be okay, and everything gets better. Everything gets better. I'm telling you from my own experience. I was really sad last year, and now I'm actually, I think, the happiest I've ever been. So, really, I think that's the moral of the story. That's it. I think I'm lame, but excuse me. I think that's all. This podcast was really short. The fuck? Like, I felt like this was gonna be long because my outline is actually kind of long. Anyway, do you notice that people are like this, where you live, or like the people that you interact with? Like, are they like happier on social media or like sadder on social media? Like, what do you think? I don't know. I would like to know. DM me, email me, leave a comment on my website. Link to all of that is in the description. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I have no idea what I just said. Like, literally, and like, okay, so I recorded another episode before recording this one. Because, yeah, I was feeling myself. And then when I finish it, it's like, dude, what did I just say? Like, I'm always like, dude, I think I forgot something. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm just starting this. Because I'm just starting this, really. These are my first few episodes, but I don't know. Anyway, this is getting longer unnecessarily. I hope you're having an amazing I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing night if it's not daytime where you are right now. I don't know. I hope that you enjoyed listening, and I hope to see you on the next one. Wait, I have to burp again. Well, that was really bad. Anyway, bye. And that was the end of the episode. Hope you liked it. This podcast is also on Twitter and Instagram at Burping It Out Pod, at BURPINGITOUTPOD. You can also find me on social media at It's Anna Regina, at ITSANAREGINA. I hope you have a great day or night, and I will see you next time.